Welcome to my review of the Biktrix FS Pro XD. Today we're going to be looking at this gorgeous bike. This is the full suspension version of the XD. So first off, down here we have the XD, the Biktrix in-house designed motor. This is a 2300 watt peak power motor, so it gives you tons of power, and it does come with a torque sensor. So the harder you pedal, the more power it's going to output there. And then that is powered with the in-tube 17.5 amp hour battery at 52 volts. So you're getting a nice 910 watt hours there. I then upgraded and added the range extender battery here, which is another 52 volt, 17 amp hour battery at 884 watt hours. For each battery, you're going to get about 35 miles range. So with both batteries combined, you're going to get about 70 miles, and that's in pedal assist level 2. And that's kind of on a recreation path without too many hills there. So this is a dual drivetrain bike. So on the left side here, we have a really thick, heavy-duty motorcycle style chain here. This is gonna be what the bike is delivering all the power through the rear wheel from. So it's separating the power from the other side. So whenever you're using the throttle, it's all going through that drivetrain. On the left side, we have your normal bike chain. This is 11-speed SRAM derailleur here in the back, with your 11-speed cassette, so you have a nice range of gears there. But that's just for your pedaling. None of the actual motor power is being delivered from that side. So you're basically getting a very robust drivetrain system without worrying about breaking your chain there. For the front fork here, we have the Ren 150 millimeter travel inverted suspension fork. This is a very nice customizable fork with dual air chambers. So it has an air chamber in the bottom that you can fill, as well as the top, both independent controlled. We also have an adjustable lockout, so you can do variable amounts of lockout depending on your riding style. And we have these lovely, really nice carbon fiber bash guards down below, and that is to basically protect the exposed part of your fork down here. This is the part that actually moves. So to keep from branches, rocks, sticks, and things from hitting that and scratching it or getting it dirty, that's what those nice carbon fiber bash guards are doing there. For our rear shock here, we have the RockShox Monarch rear suspension fork. That gives you 51 millimeters of suspension travel. It is 191 millimeters eye to eye, but that is adjustable with up to 275 psi max. You set the psi to 1 pound psi per 1 pound of your body weight. So this bike does have a max load weight of about 275 pounds before you're going to bottom out the rear shock there. For the brakes, on the other side here, we have the very nice Magura MT5E brakes. These are quad piston hydraulic brakes. These are the best brakes you can get on the market for your e-bikes, with incredible stopping power. And also we have a very large 220 millimeter rear rotor for extra stopping power, and then a 203 millimeter rotor on the front wheel here. So a little bit smaller, but that's plenty big rotor there. So they have very nice action on the actual handbrakes up top here. When you're pulling the brake levers up here, it's very smooth action on these and very sensitive, so it'll cut off the motor power whenever you're kind of touching these for safety there. Then we're going to go and look at the rear hub here. Let me move the bike just a little bit. And this is a Ren rear hub here. And the reason I upgraded to that is it has a much more robust internal gearing, so it can handle very large amounts of torque that you're going to get from a bike like this. So anytime you have a powerful mid-drive highly recommend upgrading to that Wren hub so that you don't strip that out and ruin your ride. Up front here, we have the Armageddon headlight. This is a in-house designed headlight, and it has 2,000 lumens. I'll go and turn it on here, and that will give you a nice wide viewing angle when you're riding at night. It doesn't cast a very long beam, but it does give you a nice bright wide angle up front to see your surroundings. And that is hardwired into the battery, so you don't have to worry about unhooking that and taking it inside and charging it each time, so that's really nice. There is no rear light on this particular bike, but you can definitely add either a rechargeable one or wire it into the same connection as your Armageddon headlights on the front there. For our tires, I did a mullet style setup here. For the rear tire, we have a Maxxis Minion FBR. This is a 27.5 by 3.8 inch tire, 120 TPI, so nice and light, but it's a bit beefier and wider than the front tire because I wanted to get more traction with all the power there. The wider your back tire, the more traction you're going to get on the trail. I ride a lot of sandy, loose rock stuff. For the front tire, it's a little bit narrower. This is a Maxxis High Roller 2, more of a mountain bike style tire. It's also 120 TPI, so very lightweight material, but this is going to give you a more agile steering and control. So this is 27.5 by 3 inch, so it's 0.8 inches narrower than the back tire, but that's enough to lighten up the front of the bike. You can pop wheelies with it and give you very nimble steering. For the handlebars, we have, this is after purchase upgrade. These are the Wren Japanese carbon fiber handlebars. Extremely lightweight compared to the handlebars that came on there. Also a bit wider, so it gives you a nice ride feeling, and also the carbon fiber relieves a little bit of wrist strain on those longer rides. The controller on this is a nice color screen here. And as we change it here, you can see it changes your power pass level. You can see your headlight indicator, the time, your voltage, power level, your trip time, distance, max speed, all those kind of things that you'd want to see on your display in a nice color format that's easy to read during the daytime and even at nighttime. And finally, dropper seat post here. It is a Velo plush seat that came with it. Not a ton of padding, but it was actually extremely comfortable on a 40-mile ride with no saddle soreness. So this seat actually fits me great. And with this dropper seat post, you have a nice lever at your handlebars, and you can drop down and drop it up based on how you want to ride, if you're going uphill, downhill, and your comfort level. So I'm going to show you, you can feather the throttle and get pretty slow speed, and you can go pretty quick. So overall, I would rate this bike a 9.4 out of 10 with the given upgrades that I did here. And I would say kind of the pros are it's got more than enough power for any of your ride styles. A very customizable and fun throttle there. It's very plush and comfortable with the dual suspension there. The custom powder coat, I got a Illusion Sour Apple Green with a Baby Rockstar Sparkle top coat that really pops, especially in the sun. So it looks amazing, and it's got great range with the optional range extender battery even. The cons, I would say the motorcycle chain side is quite noisy, but that's just due to the multiple chain tensioners and things there, and it being heavy duty. But it sounds pretty mean, and some people might like it, but if you're looking for a stealthy bike, this is not it. I do hear that Biktrix plans to upgrade to a belt drive kit later next year. And the last thing, I did have to remove the motor mounting cover to grease the mounting bolts because it was squeaking and had a weird creaky sound every time I pedaled. So I did have to do that fix, but that resolved the issues there. And fantastic bike, a lot of fun, a lot of power, and a lot of range.